We are going live, folks. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my live stream today. We are building the Lego Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu, Imperial Remnant AT-AT with INT4. I'm going to try and keep that somewhat in the frame. Try and keep me in the frame. I'm wearing a good shirt. I'm wearing a church shirt. Got some Coke to keep me awake. It's been a long week, but let's get to it. I'm just going to dig into this set. We'll see if anybody jumps into the live stream or whatnot. Haven't done one of these in a while, but yeah, let's get to it. There we go. The glue is like really strong for a little portion there, and it looks like we have just one instruction manual. Got a thick boy. I assume there's a sticker sheet. There is, and we got somebody in the chat. Hello. Is it Cacman? It's like Pac-Man with the C. Cacman 12. Only 7 total stickers. Not too bad for this set. How's my day going? It's going pretty well. I went to church. I got lunch with some friends, which is why this stream got delayed. Now I'm building a Lego set. I mean, I've been kind of sick all week, which is why I'm drinking Coke to kind of clear out my throat a little bit. But hoping that this is a good start to the week. Sundays, I try to do no work. I mean, technically, this is kind of my job, but it's building Lego. I can't say it's too much work. Got paper bags. Every bag is paper, so Lego is getting more sustainable. I see. Let's see what's inside these today. So, I'm going to move the camera back a little bit there. The pieces set up, making sure. That's why I make sure that nothing is left behind. And then there are a couple of extra insert bags. That one. Dump that out. Good, good. And then we got one more. Bag number 1. Also, how's your day going, Mr. Cacman? Thank you for being the first guests to hop into our live chat today. I think we're building the side builds first, which makes sense. I mean, it's definitely logical. All right. Just making sure everything is emptied out. All righty, let's dive into this build. We got a Snow Trooper minifigure, which is always fun. Generic face print and just kind of a normal blaster. I don't think there's anything new with these. That's Snow Trooper. Went to church this morning and then just chilled. I'm actually going out for dinner in a couple minutes, so that's fun. You must not live on the East Coast then, unless you're going to dinner at 2:30. I don't remember these being a piece. It's really tall on the side. Where are you watching from? If you don't want to share, that's fine. But dinner in a few minutes seems early because it's 2:30 p.m. here in North Carolina. Here is the Imperial officer guy whose name they literally call him Imperial Remnant Warlord. I'm sure he has a name. Pretty useless character in the movie, but it is a new and exclusive figure. All right, 7:30. You must be in the UK, I'm guessing, just because you speak English and it's 5 hours ahead. So there's that figure. Exclusive figure, nothing really crazy to talk about with them, though. All right, we're diving into the INT4 build. But yeah, I was like, there's either he's eating dinner with 90-year-olds at 2:30 in the afternoon, or he lives in the UK or somewhere in Europe. But thank you for joining from not America. That's pretty cool. Oh, this is a printed piece. That's neat. But yeah, I love seeing international viewers make their way into the chat. That's fun. The fact that you were like, hey, I'm gonna spend part of my day before going out for dinner with me is pretty cool. So thanks for joining, my friend, and enjoy your dinner. It should be a good time. I'm glad to, I got dinner or I got lunch with some friends. after church, which was nice. It'd been a while since I'd done that. Actually, a friend from out of town was visiting today, and I didn't know he was. And then he just showed up at church, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in like 3 years." So that was fun. It was fun times. Good times. But yeah, we were starting off here with the INT4, which honestly is kind of one of the more exciting parts of this set to me, simply because Lego's never made this vehicle, and I like getting new vehicles. And obviously, the main build is an AT-AT, which isn't. It is a different AT-AT. Let's be real. It's not the same AT-AT. I'll be fair in that regard, but like, it is an AT-AT. Let's be honest. It's not like anything we've never seen before. But yeah, I'm going to click these. These. There we go. That looks good. I think we're building like the little wings. I really like that printed piece though. I mean, there are some stickers, but 7 stickers I can live with for a set of this size. I feel like people complain about stickers, and I get it. I don't like stickers, but you know, a $160 set with almost 1,500 pieces, I feel like 7 stickers is fine. That's a serviceable amount. It's an amount where I'm like not going to feel like the build is being dragged down by the constant application of stickers, if you get my drift. So yeah, let's apply, or let's build this INT4. Okay, where are the next pieces? There they are, dark gray. I'm trying to, I feel like looking at the chat, looking at my pieces, and trying to make sure I have everything, which, well, I found one of them. There it is. It was like hiding on another piece over there. Not too shabby. All right, and then we've got one of these. Those where is it? Where is she? Sorry, I watched The Dark Knight this week. That's on my mind. There we go. Little engine detail. This is definitely a bit of a micro build, which I mean is kind of impressive. Lego's got to, make a small vehicle that can fit inside of the larger vehicle. So I do think this is pretty impressive. Interesting, like window piece going inside the INT4 here. Nice. Click those into place. And we got a couple of little builds. A lot of engines. A lot of engine detail on these. More engine detail than you'd think for how small this vehicle is. I've got a Tame Impala song from Spider-Man Brand New Day stuck in my head right now. That's what I've been. I'm like, doom, do 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 do, boom. If you've seen the movie, or if you know Tame Impala, you probably know what I'm talking about. But it's been stuck in my head. Also, Tame Impala was playing in my hometown this weekend, which I thought was funny. I don't really know them that well. One of my best friends told me to listen to some more of their music, which I think I might have to do soon. But yeah, we're building the INT4. I think we're also going to build the speeder bike in this bag too. I'm getting both the side builds out of the way, which is kind of impressive. They're like true small little builds. It's pretty. I feel like Lego's using their part count wisely, seemingly, at least, from what I can tell. Click that on. Hello, we've got, oh yeah, Cal Kestis. I feel like every time I see one of your comments, I'm just like, oh, Cal Kestis has commented on my video again. You comment on a lot of my content. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining me today. Hello there. Perfect way to begin a conversation on a Star Wars build live stream. Yeah, welcome to the chat, Cal Kestis, or Burbalast realm. Am I saying that right? Burbalast? That sounds wrong. That doesn't sound like how I would actually say it. feel free to roast me entirely if I completely mispronounce that name. But yeah, again, you're a committed viewer of the channel, which I greatly appreciate, and I'm happy you're here. So here's the little build so far. It's small. I mean, it's designed to fit inside of an AT-AT. So Lego had to be very, very conservative with how much space they use, and I am honestly pretty impressed they were able to figure this out at this scale. I kind of feel like they could have made like an oversized version of this vehicle and not made this AT-AT, or just not really thought about them being to scale with one another, and people would have been like, whatever, it's not a big deal. But I'm glad that they were like, hey, you know what? We're actually gonna design this to work like it does in the movie. And like, I mean, being real with y'all, this movie was meh. Actually, correct. Okay, props to me, Lego Lee, for saying something right. I am kind of shocked that I said it correctly. I'm still just going to call you Cal Kestis, though. That is your profile picture, right? It's Cal Kestis, I think. If I was wrong about that, that would be really embarrassing. But yeah, I feel like I see your profile picture all the time. It's like I'm not reading people's usernames. I'm looking at their profile picture and being like, oh, like it's fun. Like his profile picture is Cal Kestis. But yeah. All right, I think this is like the front panel. Looks like of it. Yeah, this little INT4 kind of looks like the head of like a ATST almost, but it's for escaping. Oh, this is really well. It's like very small. They could have sold this for like a $10 set. Like it is not big at all. It's like a microfighter. So kind of cool that they were able to figure out how to make this actually like part of a set. Pretty cool. Cool stuff, y'all. And boom. Connect those, and then we got a little flappy flap, the roof, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's. Oh, I forgot to put the engines on. Not a ton to this, guys. I mean, this is a small little build, but you can. Did I put the wings? No, I put them on correctly. The wings do in fact fold down. The blaster does in fact fold out. I mean, yeah, Lego could have easily sold this as its own set, but it does open up to reveal an interior, which is not huge by any means, but there is enough space to put your warlord to try and escape. Yeah. There you go. All right, we got somebody. It's a Stranger in a Strange Land 66. That was a lot to read. But Minas Tirith next. Yeah, I'm not going to do a live stream build for Minas Tirith because it's actually right here. I have constructed the set already. I finished building Minas Tirith like a month ago. I watched like all 3 extended cuts of the Lord of the Rings movies, plus I think a little bit of Return of the King again. Like I turned Return of the King back on after I finished. Actually, that's not true. I watched the theatrical cuts of the first 2. I watched the extended Return of the King, and then restarted the extended Return of the King. It was like I think like a 10 or 11 hours of building. Pretty intense, but also like maybe my favorite Lego set of all time. I have heard the rumors that they're doing a Helm's Deep. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy those rumors yet because the same guy the day before said we were getting an Edoras set, and then the next day he's like, just kidding, it's actually Helm's Deep that we're getting. And I'm like, which one is it, buddy? Either way, I am very excited. We need more Two Towers representation, and obviously I love like a Lord of the Rings, so I will be buying whatever on earth they make. But yeah, that I haven't heard a Helm's Deep rumor from like a super reliable source yet. We'll see. I have some people, I can't reveal who they are, but I have some people that I trust with Lego leakage, and they they haven't told me that Helm's Deep is real. I found this set about 2 to 3 weeks ago in a local store, but when you pick it up, hopefully I'll grab that next in Greece. Oh, you're talking about the this. I just saw the Greece one. That's pretty cool. Fitting for the Odyssey, just having come out. Yeah. I also actually I didn't find it at a local store. I found the Sandcrawler at a local store. All right, we got Miguel says hello there. Loving the Star Wars references. Second person to say hello there in the chat today. But I found the Sandcrawler at my local Target like 3 weeks ago, and if they had sold it to me, I would have been the first reviewed on YouTube by like a solid week because I didn't see a single review for a while. But they street hated me. It drove me insane. I was so close to having that set. Not only having that set, but being the first review that set on YouTube. That would have been like a massive break for this channel. I did thankfully get the chance to be the first to review the Spinosaurus JP3 set, which I have since sold because I just didn't really want to keep it. I was able to sell it for like close to retail to somebody on eBay. But yeah, so like that did good numbers for this channel, but man, I'm salty that I wasn't able to review that Sandcrawler first. We got 10 people in the chat though. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. If you're just catching up, we're building the Imperial Remnant AT-AT. You know, I can probably keep the box right there, and I'll move myself over a little bit. We have already built the INT4. I'm currently building the small little snow speeder. It's not quite a micro scale build, but it's a mini scale one for sure. And then yeah, do that. And then we'll move these in here. Move that. And got the little front fins. It's a pretty small speeder bike. I feel like they've kind of streamlined, I would say, the speeder bike designs. Like this is not very big, but it looks pretty good. It doesn't look bad at all to me. Yeah, there we go. Move, adjust that just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, there's the speeder bike. It's kind of cute. You also get the snow trooper. We can put him on there. Shirt is as crispy as that set, my guy. Thank you. I got several compliments on this shirt today at lunch. Feels very summer. So yeah, cool. Good kind of like creamsicle summery shirt. Ironic because I'm building a set that takes place during the snow. But yeah, people loved it today at church and at lunch. There is the speeder bike build. So bag one was just side builds, my friends. And then I'm Greek, so the GWP fits perfectly. That's awesome. That is really cool. Cool representation for your culture from Lego. I have no culture like that, so I don't really get as much out of the of those promos, but I have a few of them. Thoughts on Lego making a $100 buildable character of a roadkill squirrel? What on earth are you talking about, Deja Vu, Stan? Deja Vu. I have no idea what you're talking about. Is that like a hypothetical question for me, or are you referring to something they have made as a roadkill squirrel? Because if you are, I'm not really sure what set you're talking about. But in terms of Lego making buildable characters, how about we stop with those? I mean, stop with the mass amounts of them, maybe. It's a parody of Lego buildable. Okay. I mean, yeah. At this point, they're making every animal, every creature, every robot, even like people under the sun. Apparently, we're getting like a Buddy the Elf buildable character. Like, come on. Like, why can't we just get like an elf set? I agree. We need more play sets. And I mean, that's something that excited me about this set, is that this is a well-priced play set that has like good minifigures and good play features, it seems. I completely agree with you. I don't mind some buildable stuff, but like It's boring if that's all we get. Like we need more than just a few things every now and then. All right, let's dive into. I need to pop my ears. That's better. Sorry, I've been dealing with a bit of a cold this week. I was getting real stuffy. I was like, I can't hear anything. All right, let's dive into actually building the main attraction here, the AT-AT itself, which is a playset. And it's a good one. At least I think it's a good one based on the images. Obviously, you never know when a set looks good in pictures, then ends up being bad in person. But I think this might end up being a good set IRL. I hope so. Yeah. Got a spicy Lego Star Wars take. 2014 is simply overrated, but for 2012 and 2003, still top 3 year. I mean, are you saying you still think 2014 is a top 3 year? Then I don't really think that's that hot of a take, just because those 3 years in general, I would say, are 3 of like the undisputed best years we've ever seen for Lego Star Wars. So it's hard for me to be like, oh, well, that's like if you're saying you think 2014 is not a good year, not a top 10 year, then like that is a hot take. I think it's perfectly valid if you want to, if you prefer those other years, because I think honestly, those 3 years, that 3-year run will never be topped. I don't think we knew how good we had it back then. Another hello there. Thank you. How are you doing today? I'm new here. Matt G-Force, welcome to the chat. You're like the 4th person to say hello there, everybody. Everybody's got the Star Wars thing going on. Yeah, but I don't know if I'd say it's a hot take to say that those years are better. It's maybe a little bit, but not too much. All right, we got Alpha Baron. I don't know what that says. Should Lego make a Shantai set? I don't know what that is. You'll have to explain to me what that is, and then maybe I can answer. Shanty? Shantai? Not shanty. Like a shanty town? No, that can't be what you're talking about. Let me know what a Shantai set is, and then I will maybe be able to properly answer your question. Unless it's inappropriate, then maybe not. Google it. Well, I am currently streaming, so I don't have time to Google it right now. We're in the midst of doing things here. But if you want to tell me what it is, I will happily answer. Okay, I'm watching reviews yet from big creators who said M&R. Will you be reviewed this set? Maybe. I don't know. I don't really focus on reviews. I do, however, have some new equipment. I have been wanting to do more like on-camera stuff. I also had to do my cosplay for the K-Pop Demon Hunters set, which is kind of a long-running joke here on the channel, which you'll see probably later this week. But yeah, I might review this set. Maybe I'll leave up a poll or something in my community tab and ask people if they would be interested in watching a review. And I put this pin in the wrong place. Come on, there we go. So yeah, if you guys want a review, I mean, maybe at the end of this stream, if you guys are still sticking around, I can do kind of like a live review as well. We're doing kind of the Technic base here. All right, I was sharing with a friend who loves Lego. A fake said there was a buildable shipping sparrow for $300 and got $1 million. That's funny. That is funny. Deja vu Stan. And then should Lego make Twilight Princess? Absolutely. Something I don't talk about too much in this channel because there's hasn't been too many video opportunities, but I love The Legend of Zelda. Zelda is my favorite favorite video game series of all time. And Lego's made 2 Zelda sets. They're both based on Ocarina of Time. One is also partly based on Breath of the Wild, but like I want them to branch out, give us Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, or they're Breath of the Wild, but like give us more games than just the Ocarina of Time. I get Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild are probably like the 2 most popular, but I would love to see more representation. I have a YouTube channel and do Lego builds, and in 2 weeks I will start building series. Okay, cool. I mean, I think everybody, if they want to, if you love Lego, love to see people starting to review sets. I just dropped a piece on the floor. It's kind of hard for me to like look at the pieces and try and read the chat and then look back Here, I'm actually going to enlarge the chat a little bit so I can, well, that didn't work at all. I made it worse. There we go. Hold on. I'm going to do full screen on my, I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. There we go. Okay, now it's a little bit bigger. Blizzetta Lego set would fit in. Is Blizzetta the Snow Peak Ruins final boss, the like Eskimo lady that turns into like a giant Russian nesting doll blizzard spin top thing? Great dungeon. That's a great dungeon. I don't really feel like that's what they would do if they're going to make a one Twilight Princess set. At the same time, though, they've been kind of random with Zelda so far. I don't know. It's been weird. Am I the only one who feels like the Oliphant $200 feels like a stretch? Just do things for $60. You know, I don't mind. I feel like Oliphants are humongous in the movies. So I think having a giant Oliphant set makes sense. You know, I don't know. Like I don't think it's a stretch. I'm in favor of it. What'd you say? Sorry, gotta go now, mate. Well, good to see you, G-Force, Matt G-Force. Thank you for stopping by. And then you said I should brick build yet a set. That would be awesome. Yeah, I mean anything they could do from Twilight Princess, I am in favor of. Terrible at mocks. I tried designing a tank mock, couldn't finish the chassis. You know what? Mocks are hard. I have given up on many a mock too. I feel like I always get mock designs in my head. Like I feel like I'm good at visualizing mocks, and then I just stop because I can't follow through on them. I wish I were better at mocks. I'm not terrible when I actually finish mocks. I just don't stream mocks. Do streams all day. I don't know about all day. That's a lot, but I do need to make streams more consistent here on the channel. But I have to have something to build, so I don't know. You just want. I mean, look. I think it's completely fair to want cheaper LOTR stuff, and I think they could do it. I don't think the Oliphant is where I would personally take for a cheap set, but I think there are more locations in the LOTR universe that could lend themselves to being good. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We shall see. I don't necessarily know where they're going to go with all this, but I think Witch King was freebie that came with set. My friend missed out on no expensive. What? There's a Witch King set that came out based on the Battle of the Five Armies. That's the only Witch King I've ever done. They did like a Fell Beast set that came with Barad-dûr a couple of years ago. That's not very good. It's one of the worst Lord of the Rings. It's actually, in my humble opinion, it is the worst Lord of the Rings set Lego's ever made. Maybe that's what you're talking about, but it is not the Witch King specifically. It's just a generic Nazgul ring wraith. Maybe that's what you're talking about. But look, I ultimately agree with you. They should make cheaper LOTR sets. I think it is silly that they don't do that. But I also don't think that like the Oliphant to me feels like something that warrants being larger, if you catch my drift. All right, so here is the second bag of the AT-AT. Nothing too crazy going on there. Yeah, that's it. It was a Fell Beast. Yeah, hate that set. Sorry, I really don't like that Fell Beast set. Montana Coke, not a sponsor. All right, Deja Vu Stan, thanks for joining the chat today. Appreciate your funny remarks. We're moving on to bag number 3, which we get to use the extra Technic pieces. Recently got slightly yellowed Kessel Run Falcon for a good price. You think it's worth selling and getting a sealed one for a little more? How yellow are we talking? Is this like, oh man, my set is yellow, or is it like, you can only tell in like really good lighting? Tell me how yellow you're feeling it is, and then I'll talk. We are starting bag number 3. All paper bags here, y'all. Lego just said they're going to do all paper from now on, and this one is all paper. So, see, one inserts bag, making sure I can get all the pieces out. Looks like a big Technic heavy bag. Wow, that was a lot of Technic pens. All right, I'm gonna drink some water. Okay. Spread these pieces out. Some trapdoor elements. All right, let's get to building bag number trace. And there we go. Connect them in. Connect those. Connect. And then we got that one there. Making sure I'm doing this right. That there. All right, you can only really tell if you compare it to the brand new set. Honestly, if only a few pieces are really bad, I would look into how much it would cost to replace just a few parts. I don't know if you have like a spare parts bin or a Bricklink account or something or whatever. I would say go to Bricks and Minifigs, but we're kind of boycotting them now, so maybe don't go to Bricks and Minifigs anymore. But yeah, I think if you can potentially just replace a few bad parts that will be more of a crisp white, then I wouldn't necessarily recommend selling and buying a new one if it's complete. If you're missing pieces or missing the minifigs or something of that like, then maybe not. But yeah, I think I would look into replacing pieces first. I'm supposed to do this part twice here, so I'm gonna just kind of mirror that in my build. Yeah, that's my suggestion. Is you look into replacement parts and then go from there. That seems fair. I think that seems fair to me. Do Bricks and Minifigs finally settle? I can't even remember, dude. I feel like I fell off. There's so much going on with that whole scandal that I was keeping up with Reckless Ben, the guy who posted the videos, like calling them out. I feel like I was pretty plugged in for a couple of weeks, and then I was like, my goodness, I don't know how much of this I can take. But yeah, so I honestly don't really know the answer to that question. I haven't checked in a while. Can't say that I really like just after all. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've always thought Bricks and Minifigs a little overrated. Every time I've gone there, everything is really overpriced, and stuff I've traded in, they give you nothing. Yeah. All right. So if it is 100% complete and in good condition, I would look into replacement pieces first. That'll be a little more time consuming. Obviously, you might not be able to get all of them from like one seller or something. But if it's just a few elements, I think that's probably easier and cheaper route. If like one piece is so expensive that it only comes in that set or something, which I don't think anything Falcon wise is going to be super exclusive besides maybe the cockpits. I don't know if your cockpit elements are sun damaged or not. Look, I have several. My UCS Snowspeeder from 2017 looks bad, and my I think my Kessel Run Falcon looks okay. Some of my stuff looks good, like my gunship from 2013 looks really good, which I'm very proud of. But yeah, it's tough. Minas Tirith freaks me out because this thing is so white, and I'm like, I don't want my white city to become the yellow city. But yeah, it looks like we're kind of building like a Technic frame of, yeah, well, we're attaching it now to the inside. So that's fun. And then we got some more Technic pieces kind of combining the interior here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing the vision now. The interior is kind of brown, which feels a little off to me, but you know, whatever. Whatever. And then we've got. I hate when Lego does this. It's like one step, and it's just to put one single pin in. Like that's a waste of space. I feel like we could have accomplished more than one step. There, can we not have? All right. Putting these on. Attach there. Attach there. A lot of Technic in this bag, y'all. I'm hoping this is the only bag that's like super. Actually, I say that, but like the legs are almost entirely Technic, aren't they? So this is not going to be. This probably won't be the most fun build. It's going to be worth it though for a good looking design. It's just maybe not like super exciting. Sadly, I had to leave. It's getting late here. Really enjoyed the stream. Love your channel. Have fun. Hey, thank you so much for joining. I seriously, you comment on a lot of my videos. I notice them. I try to respond as much as I can. If I feel like I have something to say, I will respond. And I greatly appreciate your support of the accounts, viewers like you that give me the energy to keep going. So thank you so much, Burbaless, or whatever your name was, Burbal's Realm, Calcestus, my bro. Thank you for joining. It's been a pleasure. I'm glad you could join in. Good luck with your yellowed falcon. Keep me updated on that. Feel free to DM me pictures on Instagram, Brickology Productions on Instagram, and I will try and respond promptly. So yeah, well done, sir. Thank you for joining the stream today. Had a good chat so far. Feels like it's slowing down a little bit, but more people than I kind of thought we were going to have for a minute there, which is always nice. And we are going to keep putting her together. Those pieces right there. Keeping this Technic frame alive. All right, I'm doing 2 of these. Put that there. There. And then we'll put, yeah. All right, putting these pieces down in here. No, don't slide off. All right, put those in here. And then got a whole little Technic build going on the inside here. Fun. What is it? Oh, that's the song from that Superman action scene last year. And then connect that. Connect. Nice. There. Got some like rubber element. Not really sure what that does yet, but we shall see. All right. We've got like a long run. Nice. Nice. Okay. What is happening here? Okay. What on earth? This is I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I think I see. Technic, look, I'm a great Lego builder, but Technic does lose me sometimes. Ugh, there we go. Nice. I'm guessing we're going to put something through the walls. Well, maybe not quite yet. Nice. Yes, all right. Looking good. That was bag 3. There we go. All right, bag 3 is done. We got kind of a Technic base here, which is feeling pretty sturdy. Nice. All right. Number 4, bag 4. A lot of plates in this bag. That'll do. All right. I'm going to sort out the plates. Alrighty, let's to it. All right, now we're back. It's times 2, so I'm just going to do 2 at a time. Mirror them. It's usually what I do when I build Legos. I kind of mirror the build so it'll happen quicker. How many AT-AT kits did Lego come out with? They've made 7, I believe, because I did a ranking of this not that long ago, like maybe a couple months ago. Every AT-AT, if you count like mini models and all that stuff, there's like dozens of them. But minifigure scale, it's 7. There's 7 total. There's the 2003. There's the motorized one, which came in 2007. 2010, they just made one for the 30th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. 2014, they just had one come out with their summer wave that year. 2020, they released one for the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. And then we have this one here in 2026, which is technically kind of a different vehicle, but it's still called an AT-AT, based on the Mandalorian and Grogu. So, yeah, they've made a lot. Fair share. It's definitely been one of the bigger produced vehicles, which makes sense. I mean, I feel like it's a pretty popular set. Oh, and I forgot to mention the 2021 UCS AT-AT, obviously. That's the biggest and best one, for sure. For sure. Duh. But, so yeah, those are all the AT-ATs that Lego has come up with throughout the years. It's been a pretty consistent mainstay vehicle. I feel like we get probably average every 5 years or so, we get a new AT-AT set. I'm not really, it's been 6 years since they've made one based on the OT and the play scale. So I'm curious if that's happening soon. But I feel like the release of this Mandalorian version probably means that we might not be getting it as quickly as we will, would have thought. But then it's like, do they just wait? Because they've done a play scale for 10 years or for 30 years of ESP, and they did a play scale for 40 years. So it's like, are we not going to see another play scale Empire Strikes Back AT-AT until 2030? That could be possible. LEGO could have this one just be like their little bridge AT-AT. Until then, I would be curious to see how that goes. So yeah, I don't know. Which one is the best in my opinion? That's a great question. I think the UCS is the best one. That's not really a fair answer because it's just so much bigger, more detailed than the other ones. So obviously it's the best. If I weren't choosing from the UCS, I actually think this one here. Now I haven't finished building it. Maybe this build will suck when I finish it, but just based on like the box art images and the price and everything, I think it's a great set. But I love that original one, man. My brother had that set growing up. I played with it a lot, much to his chagrin. I kind of destroyed his. I'm sorry, Will, if you're watching for some reason. My brother, he wasn't happy with how much I played with his AT-AT. But I loved that set, man. And it looks so good. 2003, like just no reason for it to be that well designed. I don't know. That was a great set. But I think this one, it's obviously not the best movie. Nobody thinks that The Mandalorian Grogu is, better than The Empire Strikes Back. Well, if they do, then, you might need to question their Star Wars fandom a little bit. But I think just in terms of design value, this one is really strong. We'll see how I feel after I finish building it, but I'm like genuinely like, it just doesn't make sense. Hello, welcome to the chat, Janikin. Did I say that correctly? 2018. Gosh, 2018. I was actually thinking about 2018 recently because I had a Snapchat memory today from 2018 where it was like the first time I hung out with one of my best friends. And I would just send it to him and I'm like, this was 8 years ago. I was like, this was legitimately 8 years ago. Like it hurts my head. Great year though. Great year. Had a lot of cool things happen in 2018. I was in college. I turned 21 years old that year. I miss those days. I am an old man now, if you haven't. Not that old, but I'm almost 30. I'm 29, so definitely something of an old man. A lot of burnt orange on the interior of this. I mean, none of it's going to be visible. Doesn't feel right to me. It just feels a little off. So I'm not really sure why LEGO chose to do so much heavily burnt orange with this design. Yeah, we're building kind of the exterior now, which is looking pretty good. We're flipping things around. Got kind of the Technic pieces here to connect these walls onto. So far, though, I'm pretty impressed with this build. I mean, it seems like it's sturdy. It seems like it's going to have good play value. Minifigs so far, pretty good, but we haven't even built the coolest ones yet, being those new snowtroopers. So yeah, I am enjoying this so far. Good experience so far. All right, connect that. Waff. I don't know what that means. Waff. Wrath without an R. Waff. No clue what you're trying to say there, bud. No idea. Would love to be enlightened if that means something. If it do, then I do not know of what you speak. Okay, connect that there. Wait, is there supposed to be a... Did I forget? No. Okay. I thought I forgot a piece, but I just haven't got to the step yet. Right, we are connecting these on here. Connect those in there. It's looking pretty solid. See that? Then we got a couple of tiles. Go up top here. And there we go. That is through bag number 4. She's looking pretty good so far. I think this interior spot is where we'll put that. Works out pretty well, it looks like to me. Okay. Bag number 5, more panels. I do that to make sure I don't lose any pieces. Just a few little tiles in there. And that piece just went rolling across the table. How many viewers we have? 4. No one's saying anything though. You got something to say? Say it. Let me tell you something. All right, let's spread out some of these pieces. The chat stays dead. I'll probably cut the stream off at some point, but what am I doing? There we go. But I'll give it a few more minutes. See if anybody says something beyond waff. Waff. Okay, connect that. It looks like they're using kind of the mixel ball joints to connect these side panels, which, I mean, makes sense. And I did not do that correctly. Oh my goodness. I messed it up. Something about doing live builds. You can see my screw ups. And I just put that up one spot too low. There we go. All right. There we go. Is this the back or the front? I feel like this is the front because this has got to be where they connect. No? Well, that's probably why it's not the right spot because I'm putting it on the wrong. Oh my goodness, Lee. You messed this up twice. I'm going to get set next year. Why next year? I'm going to wait. I'm waiting for it. Just get it now. Don't hesitate to buy the Lego set you want. There we go. Wow, that was really, really stupid. I messed up. Looked it up. The kit in Walmart goes for $160. It does, in fact, go for $160, which is actually kind of a good deal, which is weird. Well, it's not a great deal, but in the grand scheme of Lego Star Wars, it's a good deal. The Lego Star Wars sets are horrible prices these days, and this one is not a horrible price. It's the same price as the turbo tank last year, which I never bought. I actually stood my ground. I bought the minifigs online, but like for a long time I was like, I'm gonna buy this set just for a few things, and then I just didn't do it. I kind of just stopped caring, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna spend money on this crap, and I'm glad I didn't because it's not worth it. And you know, sometimes it's liberating to be like, you know what? I'm actually not gonna buy this set that looks like garbage. I'm going to hold my ground. There we go. That's kind of the back paneling. Looking pretty cool. Well, yeah, I did that right. It's the right color, so it's different colors, little asymmetrical color scheme wise. And then we got to do one of these. And it goes there. Okay. You have the turbo tank. What are your thoughts on it? I'd love to hear your live. Give me like a little mini review. You think that set is worth the hate, or if it's overhated? Did you regret spending $800 or whatever, $160, or I don't know how much you paid for it on it? Would love to hear your thoughts on that set. And then we connect that there, connect that there. A little more complicated for this part of the build. $689. What does 689 mean? I don't really know what that number is a reference to. There we go. Got that torso and that shell coming together. She looking crispy. You paid $689 for the turbo tank? What country are you living in? I really hope that was a not American currency, or you're just kidding, or you're being hyperbolic. I mean, the price of that set is abhorrent at list price. I mean, it is truly one of the worst prices in Lego history. I genuinely, I don't really know how else to put it. Like it's kind of crazy. All right, got the last little wall here. That. So it's $680 on Walmart? That doesn't seem right. I feel like Walmart would charge a retail price for it. It's still publicly available set, right? It's not like a. You're sure looking at the 2025 turbo tank, not an older one? There we go. I really like the new August Star Wars sets. Well, welcome to the chat, Chosen Brick. And you know what? It's a pretty good wave. It's only 4 sets, and 3 of them are all really expensive. But I think the sets are pretty unique and pretty well designed. And I don't know, I'm mostly excited about it. I think it's a good wave. Yeah. What do I think about the 2025 MTT? Well, I have that set. Unlike the turbo tank, I did actually buy it. It is a pretty cool build. It has a generationally fantastic play feature. The deployment of the battle droids in that set is one of the best functions LEGO has ever done. Absolutely adore that about the set. The minifigures are fine. The price, similar to the turbo tank, is just awful. It's not as bad as the turbo tank. But that set should have been like 110, 120 bucks at the most, and not 160. Good set. It's not a terrible build. Has some flaws. Terrible price. Overall, I like it. I like the set, but it could have been better. It's definitely flawed. Like, it's just crazy to me that the set I'm building right now is the same price as the MTT. It has like 500 more pieces. Like, I don't really get what happened. Like, it doesn't make any sense. LEGO's pricing is just kind of nonsense right now. Like, it just doesn't, like, there's no consistency or anything. So yeah. Here we have our first of the Imperial Remnant Snowtroopers. Definitely going to be one of the most desirable parts of this set. That is a really good helmet mold. It's like dual molded. Looks very, very cool. There we go. Look at that boy. That's a good figure. That's a good figure. I do like that quite a bit. All right. Yeah, cool fig. Glad to have new trooper in this set. And let's keep building her. All right. Still available on Walmart. I'm still confused as to why Walmart's charging almost $700 for this set. I feel like it can't be the version from last year. Yes, it is a cool minifigure, but it just can't be, right? I feel like you're looking, because I know Walmart sells like old stuff as well. These people can't. They have like sellers on Walmart who do that. Just feels like it has to be like an older turbo tank or something. I just can't imagine that they would be charging that much money for it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't really know what's going on Walmart's, but it just seems like insane to me. Alrighty, let's keep this build trend going. About halfway done. I feel like the worst part is going to be the legs. Obviously, that's the most boring technique, and that's probably what's being saved for last here. I guess we'll have to wait and see. This is just a little patch for the back, which I guess fold that down. There we go. I feel like there's going to be another panel that goes in between those two. Oh, we're flipping the whole baby upside down. Why did that not? I want to connect there for a second. All right. It doesn't look terrible from the bottom. I feel like they're kind of covering up some of the bottom detail, which is not bad. All right, and then that's going to, I'm not really sure why they're putting this here. Oh, we're going to build the same little panel times 4. Every time there's a times 4, I start to assemble the pieces myself. There we go. And then we can do boom, boom. Connect. And then those are doing kind of the underside little details here. Make sure I'm doing this right. Connect. There. There we go. Yeah, I feel like you're right there. Stranger in a Strange Land 66. Quite the username. I feel like it has to be a mistake. Um, it should be 160. Although I just feel like that set really hasn't gone on like a proper sale, which is weird. I don't know why it hasn't, but I continually have never seen that set on a good sale. It's very bizarre. Chalk it up to dynamic pricing. I guess so. I don't know. Weird times. Wouldn't put it past Lego. At least usually when you spend $600 on a Lego set, you get something of substance, something huge. My chair is squeaking up a storm right now. Connect there. There. I don't really know what I'm building. This is probably like the back panel. Underside, got some details. What do I think about helmet holes? Wow. Throwback. I feel like I haven't heard anyone mention helmet holes in a while. Maybe because there's not as many clone sets coming out this year. I don't really care. I do think that people have a point that the helmet mold before the helmet holes looks a little bit better. But I also think that having helmet holes gives the minifigures a chance to, add accessories. To me, personally, I think what Lego should do is give helmet holes to characters like, Commander Cody, who needs a visor attachment. And then the rest of the ones that don't need helmet holes, they take them away. But if you're doing a battle pack where the point is kind of like to customize your clones and they all have helmet holes, so be it. I think that's fine. Like the 501st battle pack that came out in 2023. So yeah, my answer at the end of the day is I don't mind them. I definitely think some people are just hyperbolic about them. I'm like, guys, it's not that deep. They're just holes in the helmets of Lego figs. Like, whatever, get over it. I think we're all gonna live. We'll all be fine. So yeah, I don't think it's that big of an issue. I understand some qualms with them. I don't think they're perfect or anything, but I get it. Looks like we are now attaching this to the bottom, and then it's kind of folding up, and that. Well, that came together pretty well. There we go. I mean, that looks pretty good shaping wise. There's definitely a little bit of gappage, but not a ton. And then this whole thing folds down, and I think you're supposed to be able to slide in the. Wow, that's going to work out really nice. I'm liking this, y'all. Liking that. Good design. Good stuff. Good stuff, Lego. Alrighty. Next up, we have bag number siete. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Right? I think we have some legs. So I guess we're going to save the cockpit for last, which is probably how it should be. And we have stickers. Sticker time, which, I mean, again, only 7 stickers in this big set. It's not. Oh my goodness, that entire bag was Technic pins. Literally the whole bag. It was like 30 of them all at once. All right, I'm going to separate some of the bigger Technic rods here. Yeah, put them aside. Nope. And then let's get to it. I'm going to move first sticker application Very good. Good job, Lee. Always a little bit nervous. Just finished Star Wars 9, like The Rise of Skywalker. I'm sorry if that's the movie you just watched. That movie is cheeks. But I appreciate your commitment to watching the whole film. I haven't watched that movie in like 5 years. I have not been bothered to revisit the Star Wars sequels in quite some time. And I've watched the original trilogy. I've watched the prequels a lot. Even Rogue One and Mandalorian and Andor I've watched a lot. But Episode 9, no, have not gone back. So that's kind of filling in some of the gaps. Definitely some holes in here. It's not perfect, at least from like this angle. From the ground view, it looks really good. From an up view, you can definitely see some holes, but it's not too bad. Oh yeah, that was a times 2. I don't know why I didn't do that all at once. All right. Put that sticker on again. Make sure she's lined up. Clone Wars is better than Episode 9, I can tell you that. Well, there's some bad episodes of Clone Wars, but definitely better than The Rise of Skywalker. That's kind of an oof show. If you screw the stickers for some reason, can you get replacements from Lego? Probably. I don't know. I've never tried that, actually. I mean, you can get replacement pieces. Sometimes you kind of have to finagle with them, but yeah, you probably can. Honestly, if I ever screw up a sticker, I either just suck it up or I try and carefully take it off. But a lot of times I apply the stickers so slowly that I can kind of see if it's lined up or not, and then I'll just peel it off before I have to mess it up. Otherwise, you kind of catch my drift. So yeah, I think that there's. What am I doing? There we go. Did I build this right? Hold on. No, you did not build that correctly. And then there we go. Nice. Cool stuff. Really getting kind of the belly here. And then now times 4. Well, you know what that means if it's times 4. I'm going to do it 4 times in a row. Starting to feel a little bit fat. I ate a big lunch. I'm kind of adjusting my pants. Belly's like sticking out, making me feel like a chungus. All right. We'll do it 4 times in a row. I'm supposed to hear it click. Pretty tame click. Better, I guess. And then I'm just going to kind of line these up. Definitely going to be the worst part of this set. It's just building the same leg over and over and over and over again. Not super excited about this part of the build. I feel like every AT-AT set is similar in that regard. Ooh. Ow. Next got some favorite Star Wars movie. Empire Strikes Back. Basic answer, I know. But it's ESB, man. I feel like ESB is the Star Wars movie to me. I also love the original. I love Rogue One. I love Episode 3 and Return of the Jedi. I feel like that's my definitive top 3 Star Wars, or top 5 are the original trilogy, Rogue One, Revenge of the Sith. Those are, to me, the best. But they're all, I mean, look, I enjoy, well, let's say I enjoy all the Star Wars movies, but like Last Jedi is terrible. Rise of Skywalker is terrible. I think Force Awakens is a good movie, but I don't love it. But yeah, Empire Strikes Back. That's my favorite. But I mean, look, the OT, the prequels, Rogue One. Those are the ones that I'm like constantly revisiting. The Solo, Force Awakens, Mando and Grogu. Mando and Grogu just came out. I saw it twice in theaters. I can't say that I am dying to go see it again, watch it again. I'm sure I will at some point in time. You hate 8, yeah, as you should. The Last Jedi sucks. That movie has so many defenders too, which just confuses the heck out of me. Like, people like that movie, and I do not understand. I think that movie is so bad. 9 is terrible too. Yeah, both those movies, they're very different, but they both suck. It's a funny thing because I feel like there's kind of like a debate. People are always like, "Oh, which one's worse?" And to me, I'm like, you know what? They're both awful. And like, yeah, I think you could probably debate that The Rise of Skywalker or The Last Jedi are worse than some. But like, I just, at the end of the day, bad movies. Bad movies. All right. Have I played Splatoon? What a random question. I have played Splatoon. When I say I've played Splatoon, I mean I've played the original Splatoon from like 2015 on the Wii U. I have not played any of the sequels. I'm pretty sure a new Splatoon game of some variety just came out. Like, I haven't played those. But yeah, I've played the original Splatoon. I thought it was like it was very easy. I just remember the game being like, you know, as well, I was going to say as an adult, but when it came out, I was like 17, 18. As like a teenager when it came out, I feel like I recall the game just kind of being like a nice like comfort play for me. Like I never thought that I was gonna like be challenged by it or anything. So yeah, I definitely have some memories of Splatoon, but I don't really remember it too well. And like, honestly, you're talking about said anybody. I think Splatoon should get a Lego set. Sure, I think every Smash character should get a Lego set from some variety. I would love to see an Inkling or DJ minifig or whomever from Splatoon get Lego sets. So just finish filling these legs. That's why it looks so funny without the padding on the legs. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not against any of those characters getting Lego sets. I wouldn't say that like it's my dream. Splatoon's not one of my personal favorite sets from. Splatoon's not one of my personal favorite Nintendo games. I would rather see like Star Fox or Metroid or something first. But gosh, my dog is scratching at my door. Hello, welcome to the chat. You are the 5th person to enter this chat and say hello there. Which AT-AT is my favorite? That question has already been asked. I think ultimately my answer is 2003. We're not counting the UCS one. I think UCS is the best. That's kind of an unfair comp. I think 2003 is probably my personal favorite play scale AT-AT. This one though is looking pretty good. We'll see how it is at the end of the video. But yeah. Thanks for joining the chat. Also, should WarriorWare? Yeah, look, I'm saying give every Nintendo thing a set if possible. Like, I am completely in favor of all these Nintendo properties getting Lego sets. They're great to me, and I would love to see it. Here is another Imperial Remnant Snow Trooper. Looking pretty spicy. Love that. Another ×4 build, so we got a lot to gonna lock in here. All right. What do you think about the Lego Minas Tirith? Wait, what did you think? When do you think you are doing Minas Tirith? I'm just gonna pick up my camera. Sorry to disappoint, but she's already built. It's right there. I need to find a spot for it on my shelf. Yeah, I already constructed Minas Tirith. Sorry. Yeah. I won't be doing a live stream for that. I have some other sets. I got some new Pokemon stuff. I would love to do a stream every week. So far, the Sunday afternoon spot might be a good time. It's like I come back from church, kind of relax. Grown. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, but I'll have some other stuff. I always thought the AT-AT looked like a dog. It does look like a dog. Or, well, it's a skinny leg dog. More like camel-y. I feel like camels are always kind of what I thought they looked like. But yeah, it's definitely, the 4 legs, it gives off very serious, like mammal-ish vibes. But yeah, sorry to disappoint with the Minas Tirith. That won't be a live stream build. TBD on what my next one will be. I've got a Batmobile I need to build. I've got a... what else do I need to build? I don't even know. Did I put it on YouTube? Nope, I haven't done anything with Minas Tirith on YouTube yet. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't played WarioWare or much WarioWare. I can't even remember. I know I played something from it, but I am stretching. I can't really answer your question. I don't have a favorite. I haven't done anything with Minas Tirith on YouTube. I really should. I'm trying to get back into like actually reviewing sets and whatnot. We'll see. I might record a review for this AT-AT this week. I've got to do a cosplay review for the K-pop Demon Hunters set, which should be fun. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not super knowledgeable about WarioWare. If you want to talk Zelda, that's my Nintendo game of choice. I know a lot about Legend of Zelda. WarioWare, not so much. Is that doing there? Okay. The complete saga, you mean Lego Star Wars? Yeah, I have played the complete saga. I haven't beaten it, but I've played a lot of it. I watched your reviews of the entire set's quite good. Thank you. Thank you for watching those videos. I need to start those up again. I've made quite a few reviews, but I would like to, I need to do more with that. I think that's my favorite theme, and I feel like everyone seems to enjoy my LOTR videos. So, but I appreciate the support. But yes, I have played the completed saga. I haven't completed the completed saga. I feel like I was like somewhere in like The Force Awakens the last time I logged onto that game. I can't even remember. I definitely beat the original one, like from well, if you're talking about the completed saga, then yes, if the completed saga one is the one from 2006 or 5 with all the original Star Wars movies, then I have played that one all the way through on my like GameCube or Wii. The Skywalker saga game with all the newer movies, I have not beaten all the way through. I've played a lot of it, but I haven't gotten all the way through. I'm not sure if you were talking about that or talking about the other one. But I appreciate the question. Fun, like Lego games are fun. They're obviously not very like challenging, but they're fun. They're fun games. There are a couple of levels though that kind of challenge you. Like you'll be like breezing through it, and like a random like pod race level or something is like super hard. And you're like, why is that so difficult? And all these pieces together. Almost done with whatever this little build is. Gonna do 4 of these. And then you had the 2016 turbo tank, as do I, my friend, and I think that might be the best one. It's kind of a hot take. I believe I put that number 1 in my turbo tank rankings. I think that's a great set. I really do. I don't. A lot of people love 2010. I think 2010 is a good set for sure, but I don't know. I really like that 2016 turbo tank. I think just in terms of like visual design, that's my favorite that Lego has created. Hey, you agree? I'm glad to see you agree. 2010 is the biggest one. I feel like a lot of times people love the biggest, but that's a downscaled vehicle that I can get behind. The 2016 one. I think it was the downscaling again in 2025 that was like, where are we going? And then the fact that set was a crazy price plus not a good build is where the whole thing, fell apart. That set has a lot of issues. Like if it was just the price that were bad, it'd be like, okay, that sucks, but it's not a terrible set beyond the price. No, it's not just the price that's bad on the 2025 set. I think that 2016 one just looks really good visually and then plays well. Good figs. It is stable, correct. Good wheel mechanism, good aesthetics. I think it's the best looking turbo tank for sure. All right, now we're putting these stickers on. Oh my goodness. Putting all these stickers on. Go in there. And then these are going to go into here. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. And that slides in there. That will slide in there. And that slide in there. Nice. So it stands up. It's missing the feet and the lower leg armor, but it's looking pretty good, y'all. We got, 4 bags left? Looking pretty solid from so far. Pretty stable, pretty cool. I'm going to keep it flipped. What do you think about the Mando and Grogu? I loved it. I thought it was mildly entertaining. I don't know. I just feel like for a Star Wars movie, I want to be more than just somewhat entertained. I only saw it twice, which is pretty low for me in Star Wars. And ultimately, I just am like, you know what? I thought it was a pretty good movie, but I didn't think it was a great movie. And I want to think Star Wars is great. And I don't think it was great. And just kind of, I haven't really thought about it that much. I mean, like right now is probably the most I've been thinking about it because I'm building a big Lego set based on the film. But like, I don't know, man. Like it just isn't super present in my mind. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a confounding movie. Imbo's cool. I'm glad they made a Lego figure of him again. There's cool stuff in the movie. It's certainly not I didn't think it was bad. I want a little more from a Star Wars film. And I feel like the fact that it flopped wasn't a huge surprise to me. Like absolutely no shock whatsoever that that movie underperformed at the box office. But I do like that we got a new Grogu figure. He is a good little baby. There he is. The new Grogu. So, yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying not to be a Debbie Downer. I'm glad that you loved the movie. I wish I felt the same way. My nephew saw it. He seemed to love it. So, like, that's cool. But, you know, ultimately, just wasn't really quite up to snuff for me. You love the new Grogu. Yeah, I think it's a noticeable improvement over the last version. I'm glad that they did that. I think they did a really good job with the new Grogu figure. The printing, obviously, I think kind of elevates it. The shaping is just better. Yeah, that's a big upgrade. It's just kind of funny because I feel like I have so many Grogu figures, like so many Grogus these days. We're doing another 4 build. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm guessing this is the bottom part, and then the next bag will probably be the feet, and then the cockpit, and then we'll be done. But yeah, new Grogu figure, very good, very good. Really like, much better than the previous Grogu, in my humble opinion. To the 29 Imperial shuttle. I don't have that set yet, actually. I want it. There's so much Lego right now that I want, and I am behind. Like I just got the Batman Forever Batmobile, which came out a year ago. Like I am stretched for money on what I can buy from Lego right now. So that set is not really a priority for me. Once it goes on like 20-30% off clearance, I'm hoping I'll probably end up ordering it. I definitely do really want that set. And it looks really good and has some good figs. But I don't think it's one of my main priorities for Lego Star Wars right now. Like I'll probably get the Sandcrawler above it. I don't even have the Razor Crest yet from April. Like I never got that set. Part of me doesn't even really want to get that set. I kind of just want the Zeb figure. But but like I don't feel like I need another Razor Crest in my collection. And I'm seemingly missing a piece. You're only a Lego Star Wars fan. See, here's the thing. I kind of wish I were like that, but I also collect Lord of the Rings and Marvel and random themes like K-pop Demon Hunters or Mario or Pokemon or Star Trek. Like I'm a big Lego fan in general. And the piece I'm missing is in the bag. That's why you don't throw the bags away. If I were only a Lego Star Wars fan, like if I didn't collect other Lego themes, I would buy everything day one. But unfortunately, it's not the case. I don't have the Imperial Remnant ATRT driver. Aren't there Lego points? There are, in fact, which is actually how I bought this set that I'm building today. I didn't pay for this set. I used my insider points. I usually build up insider points throughout the year. And then like twice a year, I'll have like a day where I just, buy $200 worth of sets that I've been trying to get. But like I'm behind. Like I want the new Sandcrawler. I want the Jurassic Park Jeep and the skeleton that came out. And then coming up here soon, I want the freaking ET that just came out. I want the SpongeBob set. I want the Star Trek Bridge set. I will probably want, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I want. And I feel like I'm sacrificing things. Like I haven't gotten the Spider-Man and Bright New Day sets yet. Just haven't even like thought about buying them because I just don't have money. Like there's just a lot going on. It's hard to keep up. Lego's making too much product. Too much stuff. And it's hard to keep up with everything. I think the priority for me will probably be the Star Trek Bridge. I think that'll be my next purchase. I still have stuff coming in the mail soon. What SpongeBob set? There's a new SpongeBob set coming out. They're doing an 18+ bikini bottom set of SpongeBob Street with Patrick and Squidward's houses. It looks really solid. It's a very well done set. It's a bit expensive as per usual. It's very nice. They're also doing the Star Trek Bridge from the original Enterprise, which I will want to pick up too. But yeah, I don't think I can afford both of those. Like I'm not buying the Ministry of Magic. I'm kind of tapped out on like a Harry Potter. I'm collecting the big new Hogwarts setup, but like otherwise, I'm really not getting too much like a Harry Potter anymore. I feel like I've kind of, I don't know, like my Harry Potter Lego collection feels like it's waned a bit for me. Like I'm not obsessed with it like I was a few years ago. Like I didn't get Hogsmeade last year, and it's weird. Like I feel like that's the kind of set I used to always get the new Harry Potter big set every year, but like the Hogsmeade and then the Ministry of Magic this year, like yeah, they're good, but and I would like to have them, sure, but I'm not spending $400 on those. Like I just, I'd rather have the SpongeBob set of the Bridge than have those two. So naturally, I am just tapping out. Like I'm calling it. Like I'm not going to get them. And unfortunately, your boy is not part of like Lego Ambassadors or whatever. I've been trying so hard to get into that program, but they have not accepted my applications. I don't know why, even though I have all the qualifications. What do I think about Maul Shadow Lord? I thought the show was pretty well done. I feel like I watched it. I haven't necessarily thought about it super hard since watching it, but I did think it was a good show. I thought that I did think that a little bit too much of the plot revolved around characters that weren't Darth Maul, and I wasn't like that invested in the new Jedi characters. It's just like the same old, like, oh, there's more Jedi that secretly survived Order 66. Like, and I was like, really? Like, I feel like we've done this same thing like 10 times now. Like, how many Jedi are still kicking it from Order 66? I also just realized I forgot to put these pieces on here. But so yeah, I thought that was a little basic. And I was like, this show is dedicated to Darth Maul, but it also feels like Maul is just kind of like an ensemble character. And I'm like, if you're making a Darth Maul show, let's make it about Darth Maul. And I just didn't love that he wasn't in it a ton. I think if I had to like really, really complain about something a lot, that would be my biggest complaint, is that Darth Maul wasn't enough. Which that has kind of been a problem with Star Wars shows in general, where it's like it's named after a character, like Obi-Wan Kenobi or the Book of Boba Fett. Book of Boba Fett is the worst offender. Even The Mandalorian season 3, I think, was kind of like this, where it's like, yeah, like they're the main character, I suppose, but they aren't like the most prevalent person all the time. I don't know. It just seems weird to me where it's like, if you're going to make a show and name it after a guy, why not have him be like the focal point of the whole dang thing? So I didn't love that about that show. But from just like a TV show enjoyment level, I thought it was good. I thought they handled it well. And I'm curious to see more. So yeah, it's solid. It's solid stuff. Didn't love it. I'm not like, oh my god, it wasn't my favorite thing ever. How long have I been like a Star Wars fan? There's a picture of me on my 5th birthday getting the 2002 Twin Pod Cloud Car set. I don't know if that was specifically my first Lego Star Wars set. I don't remember entirely, but I kind of tout it as my first Lego Star Wars set. So that was 24 years ago. A long time. And I have documented, Lego YouTube videos about Star Wars since 2009. So yeah, more than a year. I've been very plugged in to the Lego Star Wars community for a long time. Long time. A lot of pieces in this bag. I think we're going to the feats, I guess. More pieces than I thought to build the feet of the AT-AT here. But yeah, I've been a Lego Star Wars fan since pretty much all I can remember. Like, I have been collecting this thing for forever. And it is ultimately like my number one thing. I've gotten attracted by other stuff recently, but Lego Star Wars has been the bread and butter for me for a while now. So yeah, there you go. That's my spiel on my Lego Star Wars fandom. Long time. A long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away. I want them alive. I don't know why. I always just love. I'm not even good at doing a James Earl Jones impression. I'm just good at slipping into that. And then there we go. Drop that piece. Need to go in like 30 minutes. I don't think. Well, we have 2 bags after this one, so I feel like we're kind of coming on the homeward stretch here. Thank you for being here for most of this stream. You've helped to keep it afloat. A lot of times I kind of jump ship on streams because people leave the chat, and obviously a lot of people have left the chat. But you stayed around, and I really do appreciate that. So thank you. Gracias for staying around today. I appreciate the support. I can do that 12 times. Wow. Gotta do this 12 times. Done 7. You're not even subscribed to my channel? How did you find this stream? You just randomly found. I appreciate it. Also, thank you for subscribing. But I'm kind of surprised that you would stick around for this stream this whole time if you're not subscribed to my channel. It's kind of a random, just like you just jumped in. You're like, hey, this guy looks cool, I guess. I appreciate that. I do. I really do appreciate you just hanging out. It's cool. It's a cool time to get that Lego Star Wars community going. All right, have I done 12 of these? Let's see. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've done 11. All right, there should be one more. One more. Come on, where is it? There it is. There we go. Dang. Wow. Well, it says times 3, but then it's times 4. So I got to do the times 3 times 4 when building this, which means times 12. Because we're building all the feats at once. I don't like having to backtrack and go through the manual. I just do all of them at once. So. There we go. And then I got to do just 4 of these because their toes are running out. 2, 3. Here kind of hurts. There we go. And then connect. That's going to be. All right, okay. What the heck? Do that. Did I skip a. Yeah, I did. Silly boy. All right, there we go. I was like, I skipped a step. I was like, where did all these pieces go from? Keep dropping pieces, man. All right. Connect those. All right, now we do that in the middle of all of them. Looks to me you're almost done. You are correct. I am on bag 10 of 12. So I have the feet building right now. Then we'll have the whole torso and legs built, and just the head, I believe, will be the final 2 bags for this set. So yeah, we are almost done. My computer's battery is getting pretty low, and I don't have my charger in here, so we'll see. I'll try to make it to the end while streaming, but we'll see if it cuts off. I would like to not have my computer die. You know, that's my fault. I probably should bring my charger in here. Your fridge broke down. That's random. I'm sorry to hear that, though. That's obviously unfortunate. For you have a cooler? I always get a cooler in my house just in case something like that happens, or if you really need to keep some things cool. Just throw them into a cooler or something. Make your frozen food tonight. Just expedite your frozen meals if you can. That's my suggestions. All right, we're going to now apply the feet. Looks like the gray, dark gray goes towards the inside. So attach one there, attach that one there, and then that one there. Okay, nice. Okay, now we're doing little weird micro build, kind of like little, I don't even know what to call that, like cable in between the legs. Okay, and then interesting. Okay, so wait, what? Doesn't seem right. Am I doing this right? And then kind of, okay, there we go. Interesting. It's like a little bit of an awkward angle getting that piece. There we go. Easier the second time. The first time around, I was like, it doesn't feel like it's going to fit. You kind of have to like go under and then up, and then it will kind of click into place. There we go. Actually pretty satisfying once you get it done. And then got one more. There we go. Nice. You're almost done with the legs, it seems. A lot of pieces for this bag just to build some feet. Definitely repetitive having to build, the same 4 legs at once. That wasn't my favorite part of this set, but you know what? It's kind of necessary evil when it comes to these AT-ATs. And then we can put those onto here, covering them up. And then, I think we can, there we go, flip her over. Now we got our AT-AT standing up, looking pretty good. It's pretty sturdy. Legs got the usual joints. Feet can move a little bit. Nothing wild, but I think you can probably get like maybe not that much. You probably have to angle. If you want to do stepping that way, you can move this leg back that way. There we go. I mean, that works. That works out nice. Looking pretty good. Now I think we just build the head. You guys can stare. It's here. You can stare. It's severed off head. Bag 11. Yeah, we are almost done. Been almost 2 hours building. Appreciate you guys being here this whole time. We've been live for an hour and 55 minutes. Committed to the whole build of this set. Interesting. They gave the AT-AT pilot here a white helmet, but the set that came out last year, the helmet set I'm looking at it right now, has a gray helmet. So that's kind of bizarre. All right. Look, the manual makes it seem like I have a lot more to build, but it's really just the head, right? Yeah, not too much. No, you're good, dude. Do not apologize. I appreciate you asking all these questions. It enhances the chat for me, makes it interesting. I'm glad that you're here and I'm glad you're curious. I'm happy to answer any and all questions. All right, there we go. Sorry. Oh, thank you for subscribing. I'm glad you enjoyed whatever videos of mine you may or may not have viewed in the past. And I hope that you come back. I've enjoyed your participation in this stream today. We are going to now add the trapdoor on the top. That works out pretty well. A hatch on top. Wow, big step right here. Gotta apply one single ingot piece. Oh, I guess we also have more panels. There's still a top panel, it appears, for the head. Trying to get a little bit sweaty from this build. My computer's battery is not great, but I'm going to try and make it until the end of the stream. All right. Getting close, getting close. I think this panel will fill in kind of this, well, we can't really see it, this gap like up top here. Should at least. Got some of those L tiles. You hear my dog. She's getting restless. She probably wants her dinner. Her dinner's not for another 30 minutes, but I can hear her hooting and hollering out there. Connect that. Connect that. Go. Ooh, popping. And we got this kind of random to have this like Technic rod on top. I guess that's how we're attaching this. What's going on here? That's a bizarre way to attach this piece. Really random, actually. Now that you like slide this in. Hold on. This is very odd. You like slide this in between and then put this. Oh my goodness, dude. Hold on. I need to handle this better, I think. Here. There we go. Okay. And then the legs. That was, like I said, kind of a bizarre way to do it. That was weird. Strange. Not really how I would have thought they'd do that. in the set, and then it like really ever so slightly goes down, but it angles up pretty well. He almost had a heart attack. Yeah, sorry. I was that was definitely a bit of a strange way to apply that piece. Okay. Actually kind of funny. I feel like this piece is attached here, but then I tell you to attach them to the next step. That's a typo, I think, in the manual. You put just slide through like that. Okay, good. Good. Then there we go. So I want y'all to see, but I also want to be able to see it myself. I need better streaming equipment, frankly. I wish I had like 2 cameras. This chair is also so squeaky. But I feel like I should probably prioritize me being able to see what I'm actually building so I don't completely destroy it. And I just threw a piece on the ground. You can tell we're getting those like late Sunday blues. I'm a little tired. I'm ready for this build to be completed. But it's been a fun build. It's a little tedious, obviously, building this kind of set. Just because of, I think, natural Lego tediousness from repetitive. Looks fine. Yeah, no, I don't think I didn't mess it up at all. I just was making sure that I had the pieces on the right spot. There we go. It's my back. I got a cramp in my back now. Thank you, stranger in a strange land. We are almost there. When I was a kid, I had a channel. Really? What was your channel's name? Would I've ever watched it? Were you successful, or why don't you do it anymore? I feel like you should bring it back. You never know when you might go viral or something. You never know, y'all. All right, putting those in. Do. All right, we're building the head now. I think we are officially now into the head territory. Well, so wait, so your channel is just your channel still. Why'd you stop making videos, though? I think you should, unless you just hate it, I think you should bring it back. Like, you never know, man. Videos are fun. People might enjoy. All right. Random dark blue pieces appear. My dog is scratching at my door. She is not happy about this long stream that I'm doing. There we go. Very brown on the inside. Looks like there'll be 2 seats. Not bad. Could be more, but whatever. Not a huge deal. It was cringe. You know what? It is kind of cringe to make videos by yourself. You kind of have to, I don't know, I feel like there's a certain level of like, you cringe hearing your own voice or watching yourself on screen. You're like, ugh, am I good at this? This is weird. This is awkward. Am I awkward? That happens a lot. A lot of times I've deleted videos because I thought they were cringe in the past. But I think ultimately you got to just be like confident with it. If you aren't confident, if you think you're cringe, I think you'll be more cringe. But if you think, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm good at this. Maybe my videos are a little silly, a little weird, or maybe I'm being a little bit awkward or nerdy, but I'm pretty good at this. People might be interested in what I have to say. Then I think you will reap the benefits of that. It's just kind of a fine line to draw. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, though. I understand why you would feel that way. Attaching these, and then attaching these. little kind of greeble details on the inside here. Appreciate that. A lot more Technic, a lot of Technic in this set. Definitely a Technic forward set. Francesco, welcome to the chat. You are joining kind of in the final stretch here. We're building the cockpit, the head of the AT-AT, so almost done with the whole thing, but I'm happy to have you here. Welcome to the chat. Unless you've already been in the chat, I don't think you haven't said anything if you weren't, but I'm glad to have you here. And cool, it is cool. Lego's cool. AT-ATs are cool. Star Wars is cool. Mandalorian and Grogu was all right. There's some cool stuff in it. Actually, I thought this action scene was cool, at least. AT-ATs kind of looked CGI to me. They weren't like awful CGI, but they definitely didn't look super real. All right, that will connect there. Nice, that's connecting there, looking pretty good. Okay, now I think we're doing kind of the side profile of this build. Building the AT-AT, baby. It would be cooler with more space in the cockpit. Yeah, I mean, you know, you can only do so much at this scale. Looks like it'll hold too many figures, which I don't think is bad. Although, I do think the 2020 version held 3, which was pretty neat. So maybe you have a point. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty solid. It's got a big interior, it seems, which can hold multiple vehicles. I deleted the videos and I reposted the videos. Hey, look. You should never delete videos and repost the same video. That's not a healthy method. YouTube will catch on if you've like re-uploaded something, I believe, and they will like not send it out. That's what I've heard, at least. I don't know if that's true. All right. No. We got this piece. We got this across. We got a little tile there. And then this will connect to there. I think I did that right. Hopefully I did that right. Cockpit has more pieces, honestly, than I thought it would. Get to go now. Hey, appreciate you joining the chat. Love talking to you. Maybe I'll see you again for another stream. I want to do at least 2 of these a month, if not once a week. Stay tuned. I feared this chair wasn't this squeaky earlier. Now it's like every time I slightly move my body, it's squeaking up a storm. Whatever. Not a big deal. Alrighty. Connecting. We're getting close. We have 1 bag after this one, and then we will be done with the AT-AT, which is cool. I'm excited, y'all. I'm really excited to finish up this build. It should be cool. Should be a fun time. Nope. God, I can hear my dog behind the door. She wants to come in. Okay, but it's okay. It's okay, sweet doggo. Looking good there. And then this will seemingly attach to there. Oh, and then this will go. There we go. I have a channel and I post World War II stuff. Do you think you could make Star Wars because that's cool. World War II stuff is cool. I used to do some of that, and my dad, that was always my favorite stuff from my dad because he's a big World War II history buff. What kind of stuff have you done, though? I'd love to know more about your content. But also, yeah, Lego Star Wars is huge, so that's going to be a good avenue to post content as well. All right, making sure this is stable. And then the tile goes on top here. All right, the head is attached. Now I think we just got to put the last few pieces, y'all. Not too many pieces in this bag, like maybe 100 left. And then we'll be done. We'll be done. We'll be done with the set. All right. There we go. Kursk. What is Kursk exactly? Feel free to mansplain to me. I don't remember everything. Operation Market Garden. That sounds familiar, but again, you're going to mansplain it to me. I'm not an expert. I know a decent amount about the war, but mostly through like movies or osmosis from my father, who knows a ton about the war. Tank battle. What tank battle? I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Yes. Oh, Bridge Too Far movie. Yeah, that's a classic. That's sick. That's dope. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, send me. Well, I'll try to remember your channel and I'll check out your videos. That sounds super cool. Very cool stuff. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, that's dope. Sorry, I'm gonna make sure I get all the little details in this this cockpit area correct. Flip her around. Largest tank battle in the war, Eastern Front, 1943. That's awesome. Yeah. When he said tank battle, I didn't know he was answering my question. I thought he was just saying there was like some other Lego tank battle, and I was so confused. But I get what you're saying now. I'm just slow. It's okay. But yeah, that's dope. That's really cool. Cool stuff. Yeah, I have seen A Bridge Too Far. It's been a minute. I should probably watch that again. But yeah, I'm aware. I'm building the first little part of the head. It's a little like skinnier. What do I think of recent set leaks? You're going to have to be more specific because I feel like there are so many set leaks every day now that I don't know which ones you're referring to in particular. All right, we're almost done. Almost done, y'all. Got just a couple more panels to build. Got the right side panel, and then the front panel, and then I think that's all she wrote for this set. Oh, 50th anniversary. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like super excited about any of the leaked sets, just in terms of like what they sound like. Besides the like Star Wars movie theater one, that sounds very much so up my alley. And the like one that comes with the George Lucas figure. That sounds cool. Best spin, it's like I already have a Cloud City. I don't really need my own. I don't know. It's just like the concept art figures are interesting. Brickfront Studio. I'll remember that. Brickfront Studio. If I don't comment on a video soon, hit me up on Instagram at Brickology Productions and be like, yo, follow me, bro. Because your content sounds very cool. But yeah, back to the leaks. Nothing just sounds like crazy interesting to me. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I'm curious to see how they do it. The anniversary figures sound interesting, but not like crazy, like desirable. I don't know. It all sounds very interesting. I feel like they could cook. So that's why I didn't make videos about them. To be honest, I didn't make a video about it just because I was on vacation when a lot of that news broke. And then by the time I got back, it kind of just felt like it was a little too late. Maybe I'll do a video on it eventually. I don't know. Because sometimes I have done videos about Star Wars leaks. But yeah, I have not done a video on those yet. I don't really cover leaks as much. I feel like I more so like to cover like reveals and then do like lists and stuff. Sometimes I do cover leaks, but I am not. It's not like something I consistently have done on my channel is make videos about like hypothetical leaks. A lot of people do that, and that's awesome. And I have done it a few times, but I feel like leaks are often wrong, and it's obviously there's no like info or pictures or anything. I was on vacation at the beach. I went to a beach a few hours from my home with some buddies from college. Hadn't seen them in a while. It was kind of a little mini reunion trip. It was awesome to get back together with some of those guys. The head has now almost completed. We just have the last few pieces left. But yeah, it was a good time. Good time, a little beach trip. Nothing too crazy. It rained like most of the time, which is not ideal for the beach, as you I'm sure are aware. But it was fun. It was fun. It was very fun to be with those lads. And yeah, we're almost done. We have this last little piece to attach, and then we will. All right, this is the last like element of the cockpit, which should click in there. And then this will be the little the spring-loaded launchers. And there she is, y'all. There's the AT-AT. It is completed. I'm almost at run out of battery, so I got to end this stream. But thank you all so much for tuning in today. This has been great. Look forward for some content about this vehicle on my channel. I appreciate y'all. It's been real. Peace out. God bless. Bye-bye.